Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, we're diving into the latest annual report from Icahn Enterprises, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride. We're talking about a guy who's been an activist investor since before some of you were born, so expect some drama, some big swings, and maybe a little bit of that classic Icahn swagger. This year's report is a mixed bag with some surprising twists, think high-stakes poker, but instead of chips, it's billion-dollar deals. Fasten your seatbelts, we're about to decode it. First off, Icahn Enterprises is a holding company with its fingers in many pies. They are involved in investments, energy, automotive, food packaging, real estate, home fashion, and pharmaceuticals. It is also important to know that Carl Icahn and his affiliates own a huge part of the company, making them the major decision makers there. The core strategy is all about finding undervalued companies. Then, instead of just waiting around, they get involved. Sometimes it's influencing management, other times it's taking over completely to shake things up. As of the end of last year, they have major investments in companies such as Southwest Gas, American Electric Power, Caesars Entertainment, and others. Carl Icahn believes that the current environment continues to be conducive to activism, and is always looking for hidden jewels that can be unlocked via spin-offs, better management, or value-destructive acquisitions that can be reversed. Now let's address the elephant in the room: risks. A big one is the fact that Carl Icahn has a lot of influence over the company and has pledged a significant number of his shares as collateral for personal loans. As of the end of last year, this included roughly 450 million depositary units and about $1.1 billion worth of investment fund interests. If things go south with his personal finances, it could trigger a forced sale and tank the stock price. Another risk comes from the potential for conflicts of interest. Because the company engages in transactions with its affiliates, that can create situations where the deals might not be the best for Icahn Enterprises, but instead benefit Mr. Icahn personally. It's something to keep an eye on. There's also the risk of Icahn Enterprises being classified as an investment company, which would bring a whole host of regulations and restrictions. To avoid this, they might structure deals in a less than ideal way, potentially sacrificing some profit to stay compliant. The company has a significant amount of debt. Servicing this debt takes a lot of cash, and their ability to generate that cash depends on many things they can't control. Failing to meet debt covenants could trigger a default or foreclosure, seriously hurting their financial condition. Let's talk about the investment segment. It's a high-risk, high-reward game. They invest in undervalued securities, distressed debt, and even make short sales, all of which can lead to significant losses. Plus, they use leverage, which can magnify both gains and losses. There are a lot of risks connected to the consolidated operating subsidiaries. These include environmental issues, regulations, commodity price swings, and even climate change laws, which can all impact their bottom line. Now let's move into the financial results for the year. For the full year, Icahn Enterprises reported revenues of about $10 billion, but also a net loss of $542 million. This can be compared to the 2022 figure of $14 billion in revenue and net loss of $25 million. The investment segment took a big hit, with returns of negative 3.5% for the year, which is much better than negative 16.9% in 2023. But definitely not as good as 2022, which had a return of 2.4%. The energy sector had net sales decrease around 18% for the year, mostly due to low prices resulting from elevated inventory levels. The automotive segment also saw a decrease in sales, around 14%. They stated it was from reduced consumer spending coupled with the winding down of their aftermarket parts business due to a subsidiary bankruptcy. The report identifies equity prices, commodity prices, interest rates, and foreign currency exchange rates as key market risks. The board's audit committee is responsible for overseeing these risks, including cybersecurity risks, which are increasingly important nowadays. The report states the financial statements do not reflect the correction of an error to previously issued financial statements, so it doesn't appear there were any major surprises or accounting mishaps this year, which is good to see. As for properties, Icahn Enterprises and its subsidiaries own or lease a wide variety of assets, from oil refineries and fertilizer plants to automotive stores and real estate properties. The report indicated that the aggregate market value of Icahn Enterprises depositary units held by non-affiliates of the registrant is at $1.1 billion. After the publication of the short seller report last year, the company has become subject to suits and government inquiries. The outcomes of these investigations is uncertain, but management believes resolution of these matters can be costly and potentially affect the company's officers. So what's the big picture here? Well, Icahn Enterprises is facing headwinds. The investment segment is struggling, debt remains high, and regulatory scrutiny is intense. But they are taking action. They seem to be working to clean up the balance sheet and focus on key areas. A major strength of Icahn Enterprises is its diversified business segments, which allows it to withstand changes in particular segments. CVR Energy has been a reliable subsidiary, and we can expect focus and support to flow into that direction. However, a large part of the fund's value is from the expertise of Carl Icahn, a major risk considering his age. Ultimately, Icahn Enterprises is at a crossroads. The company is clearly working to respond to the short seller attack, but only time will tell if they can successfully navigate the current challenges and unlock value for their unit holders. Thanks for watching, everyone. What do you think about Icahn Enterprises? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate deep dives.